Hi, it's Dolls, Toys, and Games Gal. I've just finished making a bed for my daughter's Ever After High Crystal Winter doll from the Epic Winter line. Crystal's the daughter of the Snow Queen, so I chose a blanket that was sparkling and had every color that Crystal is wearing in it, or almost every color. And I lined it with this iridescent trim that reminds me of pearly snowflakes. That's the trim if you would like to know. Lined the bottom with a fur trim that has tinsel accents. Lined the top with a trim that to me looks like snowflakes. Then I added this very interesting looking beaded trim that reminds me of ice crystals, and I thought it would be perfect. Then I finished it with some snowflake shaped sequins. I didn't even know that there was such a thing. In case you didn't either, here is the package. Now we're just about done with the blanket. I added some acrylic gemstones to the center of the snowflakes. And we're done with the blanket. If you're gonna have a fancy blanket, my belief is you should have a fancy pillow. So I took another rectangle of the sequin fabric, lined the bottom with the iridescent trim, lined the top with the fur trim with the silver tinsel accent, hot glued the sides together, stuffed scraps in the middle, and hot glued the last side, added on one more snowflake, added on more of the beaded trim, more snowflake sequins, and more acrylic gems. Time to make the bed. I decided to recycle Apple White's old bed. It's really two smooth foam blocks hot glued one on top of the other. Then I hot glued on this piece of felt, mostly for the color. Using the snowflake trim, I lined the sides. To cover up the ugly space, I added more of the fur and tinsel trim. On top of that, I added more of this beaded trim. And almost done, just wanted to add some more snowflake sequins. And voila, I'm done with the bed. Next, I took some dowel rods and painted them white. For the footboard, I chose this wooden plaque. It's called a vintage thin plaque. I painted it white and added on some purple glitter paint. Then I took these diamond gems, which are made of acrylic, and I hot glued them on to the footboard. I really like their translucent pink and purple color. For the headboard, I chose this snowflake-shaped wood shape, which I got from the wood shape store. I painted it white. Then I added on a layer of light blue glitter paint. Then I decided to add this blue moon bead. It's a rose, and I thought since Crystal's rose is the rose of winter, wouldn't it be funny if I just added it to her headboard so it would be there the entire time? Next, I hot glued the 4 white dowel rods to the bed to give it some lift. Then hot glued on the footboard as well as the headboard. Then, to make it a little bit more interesting, I painted 2 more dowel rods white and hot glued those to the 4 posters. Hot glued on more of the beaded trim that looks like dangling crystals. Then, because she's daughter of the Snow Queen, I really wanted to make her some icicles, so I bought a kit from the beadery and I just followed the directions, and pretty soon you have yourself an icicle. It's as easy as can be, and look how many I've made. Then I hot glued on more of the diamond acrylic gems to the top, and I hot glued on the icicles because I want the bed to look like it's completely frozen over. I didn't go across the whole way because Crystal still needs to fit. The final touch is this fairy tale charm, which is the Snow Queen book, which is perfect for Crystal since that's her fairy tale, and I added it to the foot of the bed across the top. And there was another snowflake dangling, which I added to the top of this triangle. Almost looks like a Christmas tree made out of acrylic gems. And that is the final bed. Let's turn it to the side to give you more of a look at it. I really, really like it. It's one of the favorite beds I've made so far. Let's see how Crystal goes with it. I think she looks quite nice with it. Here's a look from the top. You can see just how sparkling everything is, and it reflects light. And let's let Crystal sit on her bed, and let's let her lay down and take a nice little nap. I would love to know what you guys think of my crystal winter bed in the comments below. But now it's time to do some shout outs. Here's a shout out to Rima Nefessa, I Love Doll Crafts, and to LPS Cupcake Girl, whose name is Lindsay and whose doggy's name is Coco. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.